What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and you're welcome to this video guys. Hope you guys are doing great. So guys, I get a lot of questions about the visa processing, visa appointment dates, proof of funds and all that. So I couldn't give you guys like a solid answer because some things have changed from when I applied back then and right now. Another thing is I didn't apply from Africa. I didn't apply from Nigeria. So there are some things that are just like extra that Nigerians are actually doing, even though it's not one of the things that the embassy is requesting for. In a bit to answer all of these questions, I'll be bringing two beautiful ladies here. They have like a very fresh experience as to all of these questions that I couldn't answer. So they'll be able to provide answers to that, and I'm sure you're going to learn one or two things from it. So if this video looks like something that will interest you, then keep watching. Okay, so welcome back guys. Just like I said earlier, I have two beautiful ladies here. They arrived from Nigeria recently, and thankfully they are students of Medical University of Gdansk. Nursing students just like me, and they are my subscribers too. So before I continue, let me introduce them. On my right I have
Oliver.
And on my left I have
Hello, Princess.
Okay, so I have Olivet and Princess. So they're going to be like sharing their experiences with us because like they didn't apply together, obviously. They're just going to be telling us like all of the things that they did because I couldn't answer all of your questions. They have like a better knowledge of how things went in Nigeria. And guys, in case you see anybody jumping around in the background or you hear any sound, just know it's Michelle. Mimi, thank you. I'm going to be starting with Olivet. The first question I'm going to ask is about the legalization of documents. Like, how did it go? How much did you pay? Which parastatal did you legalize your documents?
To legalize the document, you have to go to the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs. I need an amount of money. It wasn't so much, but I cannot remember the exact amount we paid for legalizing of WIAC and I think on my IELTS.
Okay. What about at the Embassy of Poland?
For the Embassy of Poland, you have to do an authentication. You have to legalize the document first before you authenticate the document. So you have to go to the Ministry of Education first and then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before you come to the embassy for your interview, for your visa interview, and then they tell you to submit your documents for the authentication and you pay a certain amount of money. I think it was like 80 euros. I don't know how much they take now, but when I was applying last year, they told me to pay 80 euros for the authentication of the document.
Which means you had like the authentication of your document like right at the point of your interview, at the point of the visa interview at the embassy.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to even know they're supposed to authenticate it because they just ask you for your documents. They won't explain to you. You know, police embassy they can be crazy sometimes. They won't tell you that you should give your documents to authenticate. They'll just tell you the documents and 80 euros, and they just have to give it to them.
So is that money different from the money for the visa application? The 80 euros?
Yes, it is.
It's different.
Yeah. 80 euros is just for the authentication of the document from the Polish embassy.
What about you, Princess?
On my visa interview date, I went there with my documents clueless. I thought that my legalization and authentication is going to take place in the embassy, but the visa interviewer was like, you authenticate your documents after you have legalized it in the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs. So she couldn't like authenticate it, so she just gave me the documents to go legalize it. So it was after I finished legalizing it, I had to get another appointment date in order to come back to authenticate it. So no authentication without legalization.
So your interview didn't happen the very day you went?
It happened. It happened.
Okay.
So they were like, I have to bring back the documents before the visa is it's out. I have to go to the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs to legalize my work certificate. I also went there with my high school, what is it called?
Testimonial?
Testimonial, yeah. So I went there with my testimonial and they were like, if you don't have the testimonial, you can't legalize.
Okay, so in a nutshell, you did your legalization in a day, like it was something that took just a day at the Ministry of Education?
No, we did part of the legalization in the Ministry of, let me just say in the Ministry of Education. So when we were about to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it was closed. So we had to come back.
So Administer of Foreign Affairs,
Yeah.
you like it took just a day as well.
Yeah, a day also.
What were the required documents for your visa application?
For me, documents were a lot. It
Why?
was, I don't know, because okay, we joined this Europe group, and they're talking about getting visas. The people that got their visas, they were saying it on the group. The documents required, the documents they went with. So any documents that this person mentioned that we don't have it to go and do it immediately. Most important thing is your work, obviously. And then there's this thing they call SOP. Some people said they didn't do it before and when they applied for their visa to Poland, but I think maybe it's a recent update. I really don't know. But SOP is very important, and guys, you need to take that thing very seriously. Personally, I feel like I should let you guys know, and you should state that you state the reason why you're going there, and you're definitely going to come back. That you should ensure that you put you give them a very good, legit, reasonable reason that you're going to come back. And there's some other information that I should include in the SOP. I did my IELTS. Some people said they didn't do, and some people said they didn't ask for it at the embassy. But I did it personally, and I submitted the document. Maybe to be on a safer side, I don't know. You should have an IELTS, or I don't know, maybe any English exam, because they really took the IELTS and it was legalized too. Bank statements, it's very important. I think they said the minimum amount of money that should be in your account is like 6 million. So to be on the safer side, I think you should have more than that. Maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 million on your account. Statement. Do not go to the embassy without a bank statement. You're just going to fool yourself there. Yeah, it's very important. The admission letter from the school, directly from the school, stamped and signed. I think tuition fee that you paid a certain amount of tuition. Accommodation, proof of accommodation that you're staying somewhere is very important. Letter of sponsorship, yeah, very important. Your sponsor has to write a letter that they're covering your stay or your stay in Poland. And they also have to swear affidavit, something that because my dad did, I think he had to legalize a lot. Even CAC.
Okay, because it was self-employed.
Yeah,
right?
if your sponsor is self-employed, you have to the certificate of registration of the business.
Of his business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very important. You have to bring that as well. And for a sponsorship, there's some documents that you have to bring, like NIN. I submitted my dad's NIN, my dad's driver license.
Okay, it's something like a means of identification
Yes.
for
Yeah.
your sponsor.
Mhm. Yeah, that as well. And also tax. I don't know, some people, because my dad is self-employed, submitted the tax proof that my dad had been paying his taxes, starting his business. That one also was there. We forgot to add the flight itinerary. You can just, I think you can go to booking.com and then you can just, or Waka now, you can just do that. I think I used Waka now for my own. So you can
Okay.
just reserve the date.
Would you also like elaborate on that flight itinerary? The mistake that people do make. They will do that flight itinerary a week before their visa interview day. No.
No.
For example, your visa interview day is tomorrow. Do it today. Or maybe your visa interview day is next tomorrow. Do it today. Because it expires on the third day. Like it only takes 3 days for it to be valid.
Okay.
It becomes invalid after,
After
3
3
days.
days.
I added a lot of documents
A lot.
just to be on the safer side. You know, my daddy had to go swear affidavit, stating that he is responsible for me. He will train me, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Then
Letter of sponsorship. Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, letter of sponsorship. I went to the embassy, submitted the documents. They gave it back to me.
Which means
My
it's not
IOTS
really one of their requirements, right?
I don't know.
I feel like
Yours was collected.
differs because mine was collected.
Yours was collected. Yours wasn't
Mine
collected.
wasn't.
But at the same time, right, Princess, for me, they took mine. And I don't know why they took mine. They didn't take yours.
Maybe it was beautiful.
It wasn't beautiful. I feel like You know these embassy people.
Yeah,
They can decide and
they differ. Like,
undecide.
yeah.
So guys, in a nutshell, remember all of the documents. I'm going to like state them once more, and I'm going to put them on the screen. The statement of purpose, the admission letter, your visa application form, the bank statement, the flight itinerary, evidence of accommodation, your high health if you have one, or maybe if your school is requesting for one. Your IEC, obviously, you need that to be authenticated. Your letter of sponsorship, the means of identification for your sponsor, such as passport, driver's license, NIN, and for those that have sponsors that are self-employed, like maybe they have their own company or businesses, they need to submit like CAC. That's like evidence of registration as a business owner in Nigeria, and evidence of tax payments. And for those that their sponsor happens to be someone who works somewhere, they have to bring like a pay slip of their salary, and probably a letter from the HR that the person works here. So I'm talking about the appointment date. I get a lot of messages in my email, in my DMs about how can they book an appointment. Like there's no dates on the embassy website for any appointment. So I want to know, how did you guys like get to book your appointment?
For the appointment, they told us that I think every Monday, every last Monday of every month. So every time that we go there, we don't see an appointment date.
Even at midnight?
We don't see. She joined the group. So she asked, she said she just asked on the group. Someone else, I think, texted her or something. And then because the person said, oh, I'm an agent and I could help with both accommodation, I could help with also helping you get an appointment date and everything. And then we trusted the person, and guys, we got scammed. The person created an appointment date, but it was fake. All the documents that they sent to us, including the accommodation, everything was fake. This time was real bad. It was really bad. I think someone helped us get the appointment date the month after, and we paid some amount of money, but it wasn't that much. But I don't
Compared to the other person that scammed you
Yes, it
guys.
wasn't
Okay.
much.
Okay.
It was pretty much affordable. But I don't know how much the agents would take
Okay. It was
now.
also like this time around, it was another agent.
Yeah, it was another agent, not the one that scammed us.
Great. What about you? How did you get your appointment date?
Mine was quite miraculous. Yeah, because I also experienced this appointment date delay issue. I can't pay that amount of money that that person was asking us to pay.
Was the person an agent?
Yeah, the person was an agent. Was an agent. So I had to like wait. I received an interview date. I got lucky. Like, I was really lucky.
The other time you mentioned about the proof of fund, like the bank statement and all that. Like the bank statement should be within like what period of time? I mean the duration, and how much should they have in the bank account?
Okay. I think it should be 6 months
No, no,
Okay.
earlier.
no, 3. They have reduced it.
So
You
I
did for
did
6 months,
six
right?
months.
Okay.
I did
Wow.
6 months. 6 months till the day that I was going for my interview. So I don't know. So people say 3 months, we say 6 months. But I did 6 months actually. You have to be on the safer side. People said 6 million or more, and I had about 12 million in my account for my bank statement.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 months. So bank statement was about 8 million. 8 million naira, yeah.
Okay. So 8 million, about 12 million. In short, something above 6 million naira,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, 8 million is better. You're on the safer side. And now that the rate of the money,
Dollar.
the economy, the euro, dollar, I think it must have increased by now.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 million now. It must be on the safer side. Put 30 million. I really don't know, guys.
Another question I want to ask about is the interview questions. Before now, or should I say those that actually came in like in 2021, 2020, like there wasn't any interview per se. But right now, I'm beginning to hear a lot of stories about interviews. So, did you have any like interview, and what were the questions? How did it go?
Yes, I definitely did have an interview. I think some of the questions, if I can remember them, were who is your sponsor? What's your sponsor's name? And when you want to mention your sponsor's name, if it's your father, do not say Mr. Chidi. My father, Mr. Chidi. Because there are lots of people that, who is Mr. Chidi? That's what they ask you. So mention the full name of your father, Mr. Chidi this, Mr. Chidi that. Or just the full name of any of your sponsors. Don't mention, oh, my sponsor's name is my auntie or my uncle, Mr. Edward. They'll look at who is this? You're not a serious person. So yeah, they asked me about that. My sponsor, the place you're going to, know about the school, who is the president of the country you're going to school in, why the city, why the university, what attracted you to the university, what's the name of the university. In the group that my mom was in, he said that he couldn't remember his
Ouch.
university's name. He told them I wasn't the one that did it. He told them that. He said, I don't know. I wasn't the one that did it. It was my sister. Like, how won't you know the full name of the university you're going to school? And he claimed you're going there to study. They asked me mathematics. Some people say they didn't ask them mathematics, but they asked me mathematics. They gave me paper and pen. And she saw maths.
Really?
Yes.
They didn't ask me.
They gave you paper and pen.
Yes, they told me give me paper and pen. And she saw mathematics there. They gave me some time to solve the maths. But it's not a serious maths. It's if you know maths, you'll pass it. Me, I didn't really know maths, but I don't know. But I think I passed it because they're quite easy and they give you a period of time so you can calculate it there on the paper. They asked me maths. They asked me about 4 or 5 questions about mathematics. They asked me where are you gonna stay? Where do you plan on staying when you get to the country? And then I told them that I'm staying in the school dormitory, but I also rented or reserved an accommodation in case the school dormitory doesn't work for me.
How about you, Princess?
Well, they asked me basic questions, just like who's your sponsor? What's the name of the school you're going to? In what city? Why that city? And why that course? Why that university?
Those are the questions they asked
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
They asked you that as well.
And what is your city known for? Like, if your sponsor is your uncle or one of your relatives, your friend, please know in details your sponsors and identification.
Did it take for you to get your visa to come out? Like, how long did it take for you to get it?
I think mine was less than 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, how long did it take?
12 days.
Okay, less than 2 weeks as well. So I hope like you've heard from them. I hope you remember all of the documents that they mentioned for you to submit. Even the additional documents that were not required, but just to prove yourself was the means of identification for your sponsor, maybe the national ID or the passport or the driver's license, the bank statement. As you can see, a lot of money. You may also want to take note of some of the interview questions that they got asked, like simple maths questions about the university you're going to study, the course you're going to study, why you want to study the course, the city you're going to study. You have to also remember things like that. Don't forget the legalization of the documents as well. I think that should even be done way before you even think about getting any appointment at the embassy. And don't forget that you also pay for authentication at the embassy, different from the money for your visa application. So take note of everything.
I wish you all the best and good luck.
Fighting. Ayo.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've been able to get one or two information from this video, and if you have further questions, please leave the questions in the comment section, because there are quite a lot of questions that people ask and I don't have answers to. Not because I don't want to answer, but I didn't like encounter such situation, and I didn't even have people around me that experienced anything like that. But if you leave it in the comment section, someone else who has probably experienced something like that will be able to give you answers directly. Okay, so just make sure you leave your questions in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye.
Bye.
Mimi. You can't even read it. Thank you. No, who's calling you? Come and sit down. I'm making a video, and you know the way. Please don't come and disrupt it again. Okay? You be a good girl, right? Right? Thank you. Mm, I can see. I can see. Keep praying. Keep praying in your mind. It's okay.
Okay, Captain Underpump.
I will give it to
I
you.
need you, okay?
Okay.
Just me.
I've heard now.